This is one of those games where you always just have to sit with the menu music for a little while. Oh, that is so cool. I just saw the background change focus. It's moving up and down along its plane. This game has such a unique atmosphere. It's desolate and possibly apocalyptic, and yet seen from the perspective of something that has no context for that. From the little creatures, maybe even those that don't belong here, scurrying around in what they don't even know are ruins. It's always been one of the more unique aspects of this, and it's led to a feeling of melancholy that somehow transcends even the story it's trying to tell. Hello everyone, and welcome back actually, to Rain World. This was one of the most requested games for a long time on the channel, and I finally played it, and it was weird. I ended up not really liking the experience overall, while still having a lot to appreciate about it. It's got this really unique thing with the enemies, where not only are they so different and varied, but they're also behaving like animals in an environment. In other words, they don't just patrol back and forth like enemies, they, just like you, are trying to survive in the way that's best suited to them by their unique physiology. And physiology is a huge deal in this. Obviously, the slug cat that we play as has a really cool movement system where we're slidey and slippery, we can cram ourselves into really tight spaces, and we're just a little bit sticky. And so it's sort of like a action platformer that in a lot of ways looks like National Geographic footage. The gameplay, the atmosphere, it was all super satisfying. It's just a great game to feel in your hands. But the problem that I ended up having with it was its progression system, where even once you reach the end of the level, there's these gates, and you essentially need to get enough notches on your belt, which you gain by eating food and doing all this stuff, and only once you reach a certain point will it allow you to pass through. Now, by itself, that would be fine, but it's very easy to die in this game, and when you do, you pretty much get sent back, not to square one, but it's very easy to end up back at square one. And so it really just stuck me for a really long time, and when I'm trying to make videos and release one every day, that's like unacceptable. I mean, it screws everything up in-game and out when that happens. So I ended up doing all that, eventually did get through the part that I was on, and after all the hype, after all the suggestions, after all that, like 10 people ended up watching it, so there was very, very little motivation to come back. However, I did say even at the time that I would maybe come back and try again since the gameplay itself was so satisfying, and that was kind of renewed in interest more recently when I played the Gary's mod map based on the section of this game, the iterator. Now, I have no idea what that means in context, but I could sort of get an idea. In a way, that Gary's mod map was very faithful to this in that a lot of it was based on just visual interpretation. When I was replying to comments to that video, I repeatedly assured that I would get to this by the end of the year, and it is December now, so I figure at a certain point I've just got to do it. So here we are, waking up in our little den again. Climbing out onto safety each morning. Are you kidding? Well, here we are again. I can climb through something on the right here, and there... Oh, it's all coming back. It's all coming back, but maybe we'll have an advantage in sort of knowing what to do this time. So we can kind of climb around on most things. We've got these eels down below, and their whole thing is that they'll try to drag us down and drown us. They don't eat us directly, but they are heavy. Let me out. We can drag them away, and they'll drop down to the ground, and look at that, they'll actually try to make their way back. Meanwhile, we've got a flying buddy up here who can help or hinder. Everything can help or hinder. Everything is moving around independently, and you just sort of have to work with nature, basically. Oh, look at that. Somebody just got caught. That bug creature was dragged down like the rest of them. Where am I? Oh, there we are. Hey, one of them is still trying to hold on to me. Down you go. I think, these black ones are preying on them, dragging them up and out of the water and toward the ceiling. Interesting behavior to watch, and maybe we can exploit it in some way. But those little black flowers up there, with the blue center, those are my goal. I think these are also a different kind of eel. It was dark ones in the other place, but these are red. We can see a little place to get through over there. Excellent. So now we can grab these, and I could throw them. I'm a little concerned about something else trying to grab them away from me. But if we come down here, we can drop that in the water. Is it in there? There we go. Oh, look at that. We picked up a spear, which is another thing we can use in this game. So we're a smart little slug cat. We can use tools. Oh, toss that in over there. Oh, no. Give me that. Let me up. We should be able to hold X, and now we can eat it. And we just got to do that a few more times. Luckily, there's a lot of food in this room, and we should have everything we need right here. I'm actually going to let you guys grab onto me. I'm going to see if we can get you far enough away from the water that you cannot get back. It looks like we may be up. Nope, you'll make it. You're resilient. This game does actually do something that is weirdly uncommon in games, where things feel like they are fighting for their lives all the time. And that's oddly rare. So often enemies will just kind of feed themselves to you. They don't act with any sort of self-preservation instinct, but here they do. The sort of like individual nature of the components of each creature, you know, it's using this pixelated style to make sure that every little thing can move independently. And so it's even like procedural like this. You can see our little arms reach out to grab onto what's to our side, and every bit of every creature acts this way. And it means that every encounter with an enemy kind of feels like a primal struggle. It looks like insects battling on National Geographic. As for right now, I was able to get up there before. We need to lean into it a bit. Come on. These controls are kind of awkward, especially coming back to them. Let me through. We could go through there, but beware of danger on the other side. I don't see anything I can eat, and that's no good for me. That's really no good for me, because death can come at any time. See, the enemies aren't exactly scripted. They can move about. You never know when something huge is going to come in from off-screen. Oh my god, are you going to drag me down from on top of the thing? You have limited leap ability. Wait, what if I try to climb through here with you? Didn't like that, did ya? I wonder if you'll be able to make it away now. We could potentially get you all out, but that would be a very dangerous game. Okay, we can probably climb up through here. There we go. Can we walk along these chains? We can't. That was another issue I had with this. It's often very difficult to tell what you can and can't interact with. Oh, wait, but if we go through here, if we come up to something, it'll highlight our path. We can come up here. Perfect. That's what we needed. That's what we needed. Grab that on the way down. We've got you. And now we get to enjoy our prize. Num. We can grab a spear right here. We're being forced to venture out. Okay, I need to grab what's in you. Weird little plant popcorn. Can pick at you little by little. Yes, we can harvest from you multiple times. In fact, unless it stops us, we could even manage to get a little bit more. Yeah, coming into this with the stuff I learned last time definitely helps. And I think that's about all it's going to give us for now. Probably always good to have a spear on you. These things are actually incredibly fun to use. It actually kind of reminds me of like some kind of hyper-futuristic Sega Genesis game in its art style. I just realized what it reminds me of. eSWAT. I mean, two people are gonna know what that game is. Wait, we're getting up here. If we can leap over to here, we can do that. And then back in. Yeah, the spear isn't gonna help me much against the lampreys, eels, whatever you want to call them. But they're incredibly fun to have. and being able to exploit those plants mean that if we're willing to come out of the relative safety... This is something that's kind of cool about the level design, is that we have our little hidey hole where we're absolutely safe enough to sleep, and then we had this less safe place where there's little things that are a threat to us, but we may have to come out and deal with the big things that are a threat to us. Let's make it back. Yep. No point in needing more right now. You guys have spread out a little bit, which is helpful. Part of the thing is just trying to make it through while you guys are split up. But now we can come through here. I don't know if we get to keep the spear between days. Into here. I'm hoping we can still exploit that plant tomorrow, because it's our best bet by far. Continue. Now, because we stored food for winter, that essentially means that we only need one thing to move on to the next. Oh, you guys are back. It doesn't seem like food is repopulated, though, so we can't just farm right here. There we go, got that. Get you, be a jerk. See if I care. I don't think I'd have nearly as much a problem with this if it just didn't reset you upon death, but the fact that you can be sent back to square one, I can't stand having a situation where, like, the last 20 minutes of gameplay just didn't matter. That just feels like I'm having my time wasted. Okay, so to an extent it has come back. Hello, Mr. Bug. I don't want to be friends with you. Yep. This little guy, this little dude that points us around is really, really interesting to me. Because it's a cool way to direct the player's attention in a really, like, busy environment. But it also raises the questions, who are you? Really, really cool sense of style to you. We'll start off with this. Gotcha. I'm really hoping that A, that plant outside is still there, and B, it's not guarded by something huge and awful. Actually, we don't even need to go outside, because this stuff is back. I could try to hit you. Boom. Nope, you belong to the eels now. That was something I did think was amazing about this game, is how dynamic it is. Everything, all these little systems are working off of every other system in their vicinity. Okay, we move to the top. The survivor. Does it need to match the symbol? Oh, okay, I go down and back up and now we're good. I love those heated elements down there. Makes me feel like I'm about to be baked. Ugh, evaporated sewer water. You know, really interesting. I'm not sure how they're doing this, but, you know, the pixelated style allows for jagged edges that emphasize the grit and dirtiness of the environment. They're doing something to make the liquids look so smooth. I'm not quite sure how that works. But we can move out through here. Here we are. Yes. Slide down the pole. There is no water for me to eat here. And look, you're showing me visions, maybe of the beings who built this place? I don't quite remember what these do. I can eat it. Does that act as a save, maybe? I'm playing charades. There was probably something of a tutorial at the start of this, but it's been over a year, I don't remember it. Oh, they prevent us from losing a karma level. Okay, well, both of you come with me. Let's see if we can find some water through here. We cannot, but we do know where we're sleeping. Actually, I believe that's indicated by the symbol, because that's a little square. Everything that just goes elsewhere is 3 dots. Ah, perfect, 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 perfect. We can gain some levels right here. And wait, we need to master the wall jump, as we do in every game. Can actually... Yep. Already, we've got all we need to raise our level. The question now is, how do we best go about doing this? Because, look, we've got even more here. We very much can store for hibernation. But I was going to say, it invites the strategic question of, when do we take our save? Because, or rather, when do we take our save with regards to the end gate? Because right now, we don't know where it is. What we've been doing is sort of camping out right at the gate, which served us in this moment. But there may be times where, you know, we're going to die a lot getting to it. We could have a situation where we've saved very well and just end up having nothing by the time we find that gate. Because a big part of this is just kind of making our way through. Ooh, are we going to get lore? Oh, I love this thing so much. But we're a wordless creature, and the story is told wordlessly. We find ourselves scared and alone in this place, but, well, maybe not so alone. Now that little symbol right there, you point us to what looks like one of those alien beings. Are you trying to lead me to help? Okay, I don't see that thing anymore. Let's crawl on through, try not to drown. Very linear corridor here. Wait, if I fall to my feet... Okay, that's more of a crawl. I wasn't sure if I would be able to scurry. Here we are. The shoreline. Every once in a while, this game does allow you to just take it in. And those are probably some of the most worthwhile moments. Look at this. There's even moments where the waves go above the ground. It's not solid beneath us. Up! Get scared, noob. Is there... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Is there any part of you I can eat? I can carry you. I'm not much of a carnivore of creatures of that size. Oh well, I guess we can give you a berry, let's see. I'm not really sure if I needed to do that, but it happened. I'll feel a little safer going forward. I do not feel safe swimming, though. This is not my element. It kind of makes me wonder if there wasn't something I could float on. Like your corpse? Oh, I am very helpless right now, but look at that. We can see the indistinct shapes of other things in the fog. Okay, keep moving. That's what we learned. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Keep bouncing up and away. Down and up. No, come on! Come on! I think I might have scared you, actually. Let's get up here. That was exciting. So, good news, we can throw spears at short range in the water. But man, that big expanse of nothing, this game definitely knew how we were going to feel the second we saw it. That's why it gave us these tools. Down the drain. Ooh, my favorite foods are growing down here. Oh, come on! Well, that was not going to work for me no matter what. I would very much like to eat this fruit. Can I do so in the water? I guess not. And we're good to go. Climb on up. We haven't seen as many, like, big predators. There are some that, like, if they're around, you are basically screwed if you can't find cover. Some of them really are just an air raid, where you've got to dive down and get somewhere where it can't find you. Some of these things will actually do a really good job at following you into cracks and crevices, and those are pretty exciting too. I think a lot of people got the wrong impression, because people tend to think of difficulty as a sliding scale, and so when I have a problem with the difficulty of something, they think I'm saying just flatly, oh, the game is too hard. No, it was just the Karma Gate system. I'm actually working on a new video essay now that is about difficulty in games. And basically a lot of that is about dispelling the notion that difficulty is a sliding scale. It's not about how much, it's about how specifically. And this game mostly does the how really, really well. Like, really well. I never once had a problem with the difficulty of the predators. In fact, I found it the high point of the game. We can grab more. Look at me grabbing food. I'm getting that hoarder's mindset, because this is food that I literally cannot use. It was actually quite unwise of me to grab it that way. Tell you what, though. There's something here. Can I not go through that way? Great. Oh, come on. I wanted to get rid of this thing. Nope. Dropping food in the water might attract creatures. Oh, hey, look at that. A text hint. Those are rare. Will it attract that one is the question, because that could be very useful. Sometimes it's like watching a fly try to get out a window. This thing is not attracting you. Okay, go up and over. Thankfully, you're not too coordinated in your pursuit of me. What if I were to... I can't get up there. Alright, I'll keep following your guidance, oh wise one. This seems something a bit more linear. We can grab a spear from down there. Worth it to glance underwater at times. I wonder if that down there is something we can eat, that plant that's right below me. But it looks like we're in some kind of ventilation shaft. I can't help but be reminded of, like, the smokestacks of a power plant. Oh, and we can save right up here. And I'm just doing this to save my progress. This is actually kind of... It's sort of a give and take. We've got all this extra, and we don't need that to save if we're not going to be advancing. What is that little symbol on the top left? Crossbones leading to some sort of creature? Wait, passage. One time, use fast travel to any discovered shelter, recovering all karma. That's pretty cool, and I just got an achievement. The achievement just says, The Survivor, this land has become your home. Alright. Well, I'm not quite at home yet. I'm still relying on my guide to get through to the next gate. But provided we can actually reach it, we should have a bit more momentum than previously. Yep. You say shoreline, that's how we arrived, but it's not where we're at. But yeah, this is a series of parallel shafts. Nope. Nope. No slugcat blood for you guys today. I knew I should be nervous when it looked like there was nothing in there. All the way to the top. Oh, how are we dealing with that? I think there might be a pole just barely hidden. Oh, come on! This is going to be aggravating. After dying like 3 times trying to make this work, wasn't there something about like a charge jump or whatever? How does one do that? Like literally, how do I do this? I'm pretty sure I can see a pole underneath. I can't figure out how to get it to grab. Oh, there we go. We can do that. I had to Google that we could do it. It looks sort of like there's a pipe here, but I guess not. Yet you're telling me to go up. You've never grabbed onto this thing before, but thank you for doing it now. Look at that. You know what I see? I see a giant submerged robot throwing up peace signs with its many arms. Anyway, we've still got our spear. And we may need it. You know what? Come on, land. Come on, land. Come try and get me. I dare ya. I double dare. Oh. Okay. Let's take shelter here. Well, that chases you off. You've got some tendrils going off in all directions. Sounds like you came for my friend. Would now be the time to move? Yeah, well, I should have committed. You definitely can sense me in the water, can't you? Oh boy. Nope. Dive down. Dive up, one hopes. Nope, can't do it. These waves could give me an advantage now, but they're not going to. You know what? Let's see if we can move off screen a bit. Oh, you're being blown back. Wait, did we lose our spear? How am I supposed to get up here then? Maybe I can launch myself upward? Whoa, looks like I can, and you can too. We would need to burst up at the height of a wave. But no, we can't actually go up that much. How far down can we go? Decently far, but it's not good practice. Thank you so much. Your services are greatly appreciated. Anyways, here we are. I wonder if we can eat this somehow, this plant, this growth rather. It definitely stands out. But I can't see. What is that little pop? Was that you guiding me, or is there actually something in there? Pop. Ow. There's something in there, I think. Oop. Are you shooting little sharp spikies? Oh. Well, you moved out of the way in any case. What are you? Ow. Jerk. Huh. We can maybe use you, like place you in an area as like a deterrent to monsters, right? It feels wrong to actually call anything monsters in this, but anyway, you get out of here. I'm sure we can use you for something. Meanwhile, we would probably do well to fill up. Yep. Alright, drop down. Whoop. Let's make sure we take some care sliding down. Whoop! Not enough care. Come on, lead me home. None of this looks like what I'm looking for. But there is plenty of food in this area, at least. There we go. And the rest will leave for if we need it. Oh, wow, this is a bountiful feast. Yeah, you're telling me to go the other way. So how do you work? Are you guiding me towards the gate, or are you guiding me towards the nearest safe haven? One of those things is down there. Paddle, little slug cat, paddle for your life. Oop. Nope. The camera change is annoying. Come on. Oh my god. Why would you put this right here? There we go, there's our save. Oh, and there's other things we can eat. So we'll be able to come right out of the gate with some helpful stuff. We could climb up each of those things. In fact, you're telling me to... okay, and the pipe does lead all the way up to it. Oh, hey. Where did you come from, buddy? We probably better get out of here. Or should I just... No. Let's spend another cycle here. We need to fatten ourselves up. More story. Others in the background? I mean, you all kind of look like that, but I can't help but be reminded of ethereal ghosts rising up, like you're doing this in someone's memory. Might I just say, though, this is a really cool idea for a level. We're essentially crossing an ocean using the pipework directly beneath it. There's like an exchange of water, and I'm really curious as to what all this actually does. All right, this is going to be a wall jumpy sort of place, as anywhere with pipes is. Yep. Yep. Yep, there's gonna be a lot of yep. This is a platformer after all. The pipe that I needed to climb out screwed me up. There we go. Oh, these bat creatures. Whoa, it's you. Okay, we need to head back down, I think. There's something on the right, like bobbing up and down in the water. You want me to go that way? Because I don't want to go that way. I know that we can eat these bat creatures. I don't remember if we had to grab them or if we had to hit them with a rock. It's going to be very wall jumpy anytime we're dealing with pipes. I remember we could eat those bugs and bat things. You certainly can. I don't remember if we could just grab them or if we needed to hit them with a rock. Either way, I'm noticing some kind of white pearl thing down there with like tendrils attached. Got you? Let me up. Can we eat? Oh, it's a jelly! And we very much can eat you. Alright, am I making my way toward the other thing? Let's see. Oh, that comes out underneath. Okay, well, I'll grab one of these happily. That might have actually been doing damage to me underwater. Oh, gotcha! Oh, that is horrific. We bite the wings off first. But this is fertile hunting grounds. Look at that. It looks like you're nesting up on top of these. They're smokestacks, I believe, but they look almost like little lighthouses. Alright, well, in the absence of anything else to do, I guess that means we have to resume our voyage. Oh, look, there's a thing here. There's a spear. Climb down. Coming out over here. Not crazy about the idea of continuing in this direction. I could really use some assistance to be a little guy right now. There's a bunch of those eel things. I don't want to go out there, if that's the case. Feeling a little stranded right now. You seem to tie me up. There's eels down here, and we've got a long way to go. Hopefully they get tied up by these as well. We could sort of jump over them in the waves. Oh, wait, here's something. Maybe we can climb down. Down we go, yes. Oh my god! What is this? What have I come into? Okay, screw all you guys. I'm out. This is gonna be a point of no return. Actually, not really. No, I could wall jump my way out of here. I could if I needed to. Hang on. Look at you trudging through. However, I'm not seeing anything helpful as far as a save around here. There is food, though. You want me going out that way. I don't necessarily trust your judgment right now, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, we can't go this way. Oh, pushing against this. Nope, get out! Get out, thank you. No, there's gotta be some place to save down here. No, move. Why aren't you why won't you move? You just stopped moving, what? At this point, after several restarts, I am really fed up with trying to get through this part. Like, I get pretty far sometimes, but I still have no idea where I'm going. It's just dead end after dead end. So the only thing I can think of is to go backward and try to make the leap between these things. So maybe that'll get us somewhere. I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it to the far right pole, but I may be able to make it to this one. Where do you bring us out? Okay, pipes are easy and safe, provided something doesn't come worming its way down the one up there. Come on. Seems very inconsistent whether you'll actually stick to the wall or not. Oh my. Oh, that doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. It's a friggin' mudkip. Nope. Out of my way. Down. Down. Here we are. Not sure how this helps. Can we go through... Wait, can we go through here? Nope. Controls just seem to do whatever they want when I'm underwater. Why can't I go near there? Is it... Oh, there's bubbles. Is it pushing water outward? There's an arrow here. Maybe we can climb up to that. Okay. This gives us some options now. We can climb up. Jump up and over this lip. Yep, I figured. Yep. Now we're through. I'm looking for a spear. If I can find a spear, I can go back. That takes me down there. Nope, not what I want. Not what I want. Let me out. Through here. Ooh. So what is all this about? Ah, I keep trying to do that charge jump and it does not work half the time. You want me in here. No, you want me over there. Where does this go? This is this. Is that an autosave? I'm not quite sure how that works. Am I through? Well, we found something. Hey, this is some sort of progress, right? Trying to cross the ocean up there wasn't doing me any favors. But we've got some party favors right here, that's for sure. Going downward into the right seems dangerous. So let's just keep it moving then. You want me going up that way. No, come on. The bubbling on the surface keeps me submerged. But it's not going to let me climb up. You were telling me to go there. We've just come right back around to this. It's an alternate way here. I don't think we can jump into one of these pipes vertically. I think there always has to be something hanging down for us to grab onto. This doesn't feel like a place where I should be coming out. Yep. Nope. Wait, it's getting shallower over here. Maybe there's a shoreline in this shoreline? No, just another trash mound. Damn, it doesn't around here, really. What about this thing? Man, those dive suit robots in the back sure are dedicated to peace. Hey, I'm looking for imagery that I recognize where I can. Down below. Ooh. Okay, you just connect onto you. This place is kind of neat. Ooh. In fact, so neat, we may have already been here. It looks very familiar. Ah, here we go, here we go. We have a save. A home away from home, and plenty more food we can find here. Yep. Let's get some more of this stuff. I'm half tempted to just stay in this area just so I can farm these things. But I'm once again having that problem where is it even worth it? Like, the trial and error would be no problem if it weren't for this progression system, where failure costs you real time, and it means that you're going to be spending a lot of time just kind of looking at the same few areas over and over again. Should I keep trying to continue the journey eastward? That seems to be the general trend. It's just that anytime you go into the water, you have no idea what to expect. I'm taking the fact that it allowed me to move to a next screen, as there will be something in the near future, such as you. Okay, we can deal with you with a spear. Actually, we can kind of outmaneuver you as well. But these long journeys are always the worst. I'm encouraged by the lack of problems. But just as with any raging sea, that can turn on a dime. There we are. How are we getting up? Could use the spear. There we go. Oh, please tell me we're reaching the end. Well, actually, if we are... Okay, good. I was going to say, if this is the end, but there's no fruit here, that means nothing to us. Looks to the moon. Is this a distinct area? Oh, look at this. Okay, I said earlier that the art style of this game reminded me a little bit of eSWAT, but what am I talking about? This is so clearly Sonic Spinball. Alright, just slime your way through backwards. Come on. I saw that thing just hitched there. Your arms are doing weird things. We can eat these jellies. Once more, none of this matters, though, until we can find a place to stash it. These jellies, the biggest thing I've learned about them is that they can act as a wall from anything chasing you. They tangle you, but not nearly as badly as the eels. Bit of a jungle gym setup. And get up there. I wonder if we can climb those ribbed parts. Oh, nope, but we can go in here. Oh, it is so hard to tell what you can and can't interact with. Yes, I know you want us that way. Oh, this game is so grimy and I love it. What was that you were showing me? Oh, I see. Look at that. At first I thought that was projection, but I guess that indicates probably, like, open vents on the side of this structure. And I guess the sun is setting. Still, it's not just an apocalypse. If we look in the background, we can see graffiti. So either that came before, or somebody was here afterwards. And given what it seems like this guy is trying to show me, maybe there's still people here now. Okay, we'll eat on the way, but there was something else I wanted to call attention to. People like to say that, like, graphics don't make the game, right? They always say that. And a lot of the time, that's reductive to the things they're trying to defend. That's not just, like, a limitation or a style choice. It allows them to do things with this that it wouldn't be able to do in another medium. We can see all these little details hanging off. It even allows for the models to be a lot more modular than they would be if they were, like, full 3D. Look at that. There's electronics down here, computers still working. I can't make heads or tails of what that means, but it's almost like it's doing some kind of calculations. It's hard to see, but some of those are blue as well as red, in flashing and flickering patterns. Complete and incomplete circles. That is one of the coolest things about the world design here. Everything looks like there's a rhyme to the reason. But even if we were a person exploring this, it would be hard to discern, and, well, we're not a person. We're a little slug cat. But come on, man, how can you not love the mood of this? Oh my. We can go downward. In fact, it might be the only way. It really is brilliant, the idea of having us be an animal exploring a megastructure. Because it lends itself to observation-based exploration. If we were a person, we would probably be playing this under the expectation that there would be, like, notes or some kind of communication possible. But here, that's never even a concern. It's entirely a meta thing for the player. Well, not entirely, because the survival mechanics are observation-based for sure. And that's Slugcat's interest in that. Alright, you come with me. Maybe it's not always a good idea to eat you. Not always. Got a brick to throw. When you're not sure of what's in the water, it's always best to take a running leap. Look, we can even see the reflections of the water on the shaft. We can hear it dripping and running all over. This is a map I can smell. And what it smells like is that stuff, that alternative to chlorine. I forget what chemical it is exactly that they use at theme parks. That's certainly not what this actually smells like, but that's what it reminds me of. Actually, it kind of makes me wonder, given their proximity to cats evolutionarily, what the slug cat actually perceives. I mean, is this unpleasant for you? Okay, where am I going from here? That little guy is never around when the solution isn't obvious. Oh, hey, that's a pole. We can climb that. Up and away. If we could get over there, there's some food. We'd have to knock it downward. Some of the mechanics in this remind me of birds dropping shells and turtles and stuff. If I had a spear, I could maybe do something with this. I don't, though, is the problem. There we go. Now we can crawl around in here. Look at that. Charge jump. I don't think we can put in any input while we're doing that. Or we can, but it will screw it up. I'm pretty sure our food was full, but we know how to reach you now. If we go back downward, I think we could climb that other thing and get on top of this cube. Speaking of, what's with the cube? It's just suspended, connected by all these pipes, tendrils. Is there some reason why it would have to be separate from everything else? What is this? What's going on? Things are getting all shaky. I couldn't jump from there. Oh my god, right. Isn't this a thing? Like, if you're around for long enough, the water levels will rise? I had forgotten about this. Once more, hostile game design. Yep, there you go. Wait, what? What's happening? I can't see a thing. Yep, well, that's it for me. Well, you know what? I might as well just Alt F4 here, right? Wait, can I rise up on this? Let's try that, shall we? There we go. We can use that to float our boat. I can't see a thing. Cannot see a single thing. I could actually probably make it if I could see. This time we're going to try going up a little higher. As long as we can fall down onto that thing, it'll help us out quite a bit. There's a spear. We are sliding downward. We could try this again. No, I don't need your assistance right now. It's the opposite of what I need. We could try to come down onto this, and it'll probably be a bit easier, but I have a better idea. Now, if I can only find some more of these. That's 3 spears. I had to go back decently far to find one. Come on. There we go. Built our own friggin' ladder, thank you very much. We could go through that thing. We could also just come through here. See how high up we can get. Not very much higher. Although, there is something there. Is that a pearl? I only learned about those from the Gmod map. I would very much like to have it. What do we find if we go through here? Let's Let's go back to our original goal. Whatever this place is. I don't even want to sleep. Like, I don't even want to progress anymore because I know I'm likely to lose that progress. Like, saving at the wrong time can put you in a worse spot than not saving at all. But it definitely seems like whatever this is, it's like some giant supercomputer. I mean, you would never know it. It's so grimy now that it looks just like any of the other wastes. This place is essentially water damage incarnate, yet it somehow seems to keep going. You want me to go there? Why? What's even in there? We can come out onto this. Look at that. There's like reflections all along that wall. Almost looks like stars. Why? I mean, I could imagine like something reflecting off of wet metal, but this is the first place we've seen something of the like. We could climb along these things, potentially. Or not, I guess. Alright, we can always go back. Look at you! What are you? Look at that. You're actually jumping up, startled. And you've got an entourage. Look at how beautiful this is. That ray of light shining directly onto you. You've got your own little chamber. Wait. I feel like I recognize this from the Gmod map. Hang on, where are you? You're speaking! Wait, you're one of the things! I can see the little antenna headphone things on you. You're speaking to me. Wait, what is that behind you? You're connected to this device. Wait, are you okay? Did I hurt you? No, you're alright. I'm fine with Alt-F4ing that. Yeah, that was horrible. I didn't mean to eat that thing. It just sort of instantly happened. I was trying to interact with you. But I can't figure out any other way to do that. Well, lost more progress on that. If we don't do anything else, though, you just seem curious. But I'm guessing that that thing attached to you is probably what's keeping you alive, right? Or maybe connected to this computer. I can even hear your voice echoing, you curling your legs up. It's like you're telling a story to your new guest. You think I'm cute? You can pet me if you want. How long I've waited for pets? About 32 cycles, roughly. Alright, I guess I'll leave you to it then. We could try to find that pearl. Wait, maybe... If we can get our hands on that pearl, maybe we can bring it back to you? Come on, climb along here. There we go. Oh, how I would love to be Arkham Batman in this environment. This'll be how we do this. Okay, I'm seeing our up and over. Let's get over to here. Wait. Is that another pearl? I keep getting stuck in these things. We fell down and now it's going to be really annoying to climb up here. Cowabunga! Ow. Okay, we don't take fall damage. We just get stunned by it. We're squishy. Our terminal velocity is not fast enough to cause immense physical harm. I wonder what the texture of the slug cat is actually supposed to be. See, I love this. In little moments like this, it's wordless, but the soundtrack is for the first time, completely relaxed. We're able to be safe with company. Just two intelligences acknowledging each other, and we're so far into this game at this point that is precious indeed. Well, I mean, of course, there's always our little helpers, but this is something different. And your connection to all this makes me believe that you are actually a remnant of the race that built all this. Alright, though. This is yet another restart, though. Bringing you a white pearl didn't do anything. I'm actually realizing now that there's a bunch of them all over. There was one there, there's one over on the left, two on the right. So maybe those are like spent pearls or something, or blank ones? I'm hoping that I can maybe leap to you. Why didn't you grab on? Try that again. Yep, there you go. We should be able to squeeze in, right? There we go. Gotcha. If we go upward, it should be a much easier downward. There we go. In and out. Let's find out if this is of any interest to you. Okay, I am going to dispose of this spear before I come in here. Gonna be careful with our button presses. Look at this. These revealed lore in the Gmod map. Do you not have stories? Even with Google, it is astonishingly hard to get a straight answer for how to do anything in this game. I think we might have to go and get something else. I think we can't do this yet, which is really annoying. I did find information that I was on the right track with trying to bring stuff, like that pearl. Apparently we can bring just about anything, but we have to go find something else. I would guess maybe more of those little things around her. But I have looked at a map just a little bit, and actually, if we look at this, we can see everywhere we've been. It's kind of cool that it goes all the way back and not just through the region you're in. But it seems to me like the world opens up quite a bit more once we reach this point. So, I don't know, maybe we should just forget about saves and see where we can voyage to. Maybe at this point what you're meant to do is take it more as an open world, and less as trying to get from one stage to the next. Because if it wants me to backtrack like that, and there's all this area and all these ways we can go, it seems like maybe we have, like, basically unlocked the game at this point. I don't know. I'm not sure we've been here before. We've got those pearls. And Google has refreshed my memory that we can trade those with the scavengers. They gave us a lot of trouble last time, but maybe we can, I don't know, kind of improve our reputation? Hey, what? Well, first of all, what are you? But also, what is that? Music? Is that diegetic? That flashing leads me to believe you're trying to come through. Or at least that you're immediately on the other side. What are you hiding up there? Nope. You can come up and around to here, where you are waiting. Can't really go upward. Have we been here before? Is somebody having a rave down here? Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, come on. And we go. Up we go. Wow, that's a long way to climb. Right by you. Wait. You can go into there. And up to here. I don't know where here is. And also, apparently, this is happening now. Is it best for us to be raised by this water? We can see what's happening. At least we won't drown. At least not immediately. Well, so much for exploration. Here comes the downpour. Imagine rain so strong it raises the sea level. Alright, lift me up. Oh no, you'll just push me down. Okay. See, stuff like this, you see? Like these little struggles that are very fast and visceral. That's what I love from, like, the creature dynamics in this. I can't actually cross through to the other side, so let's come over here. We can't. Water seemed clear, so I'm gonna try going right over here. It looks like we can climb up that way. This is a lot of backtracking. We can go over these eels. Yep. I'm not sure I've been here. But moving to the right has failed me. We just have that chamber with our mysterious friend, so now the next move, as far as I can tell, would be to try moving up, right? Go through there. Hello. Look at those. We've seen these kelp creatures before, but when they're down here like this, they look like a couple of hands reaching up out of the deep. We can climb up there, we can go down to the right. Ultimately, I'm starting to think that the only real progress is cartography. I am having a better time with it than the last part, I will give it that, because it seems like things have opened up to a point where the real progress doesn't come from gates. It really comes from finding new areas, adding that to your minimap, and then just sort of getting a save and locking that in. And now we may lock it in. Oh wait, that's a gate. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. We've got this here, and I think we're going to be ready to move on in a second. Thankfully, we have these plants right here. Now, I don't know if there's a difference between these sides. Like, I know we can burst open that other. Is the first supposed to be one that's not been taken? There we go. Yep. And we can just feast from you, I think. Oh, we can climb up that one beside it. How limited are you? And more importantly, will you survive another cycle? Yeah, okay, if we come back tomorrow, you'll be used up. So we gotta go out and find some other things. It's really not even finding food that's an issue at this point, it's just finding it, and not losing it on the way back up here. Now remember, we have to be extremely careful about who's below. Okay, it doesn't fall all the way down, so we're alright. Actually, wait. I'm curious about something because our symbol on the bottom left matches the one on that side. There we go, so we only need to get up to that. We did not need more, although we can save on the other side. Alright, well, we're not going to end this video without seeing what's over there, of course. There we go. There's something so satisfying about the water evaporating on these things, but I do wonder what it is it's meant to block, and what it is it's measuring by us going through. I mean, we're no slug cat, but it's clearly compatible with our biological software. Come on, take a nap. You deserve it, after a long day of napping. I definitely do see the need for the fast travel now, if we are going to be moving back and forth a lot more. Ooh, food. Well, look, this is an exploratory mission. I'm not taking it right now. It's enough for a whole other cycle. Oh, you're trying to get me to go that way? No, you don't. I've worked far too hard for this progress. We're climbing over these, like, big stone balls. Is it supposed to be... I mean, I would almost think this is like a cannon or something, but really more like they're meant to be conveyed by this tube system. I just pick up a cinder block for head bashing should I need it. Wow, you are constantly warning me, no, go back, go back. Trying to bring me to that chamber, are you? Look at this. The shaded Citadel. I don't remember if I mentioned before, Google did inform me what these do. They essentially make it so that we won't lose anything upon our next death. The way I play this game now, that almost doesn't even matter. Or rather, the way this game tends to stop you. Look. Oh, we may have climbed up and out of the wastes, out of the water. But this place is a different kind of desolate. It's almost like a ruined civilization on the moon now that we're up here. Bathed in moonlight, but that soundtrack... Well, I guess it lets us know not only to take this in for what it's worth, but also that it's not our problem. This is a literal tightrope walk. I don't think we can do a charged jump off of these things. We can have another of these, thank you very much. And if we come down to here, we should be able to climb onto you. Come on, jump up. Just get me over, that's all I ask. Thank you. So there is such a thing as falling off the map. Alright. You know what I just realized? We haven't seen any creatures. That's a little strange, don't you think? Oh, come on. Sometimes it just doesn't do it. And it is often so hard to tell what you can and can't interact with. Come on, how is that not an extension of this area? We can make the jump nevertheless. Come on, stand up. It's like climbing into the windshield remnants of a haunted castle. Actual brickwork, too. They played us in, but this place is very spookily quiet. Only thing that's around are these firefly-like creatures, which, by the way, edible? No, not edible. Well, we did learn that backtracking is a big part of this. I can hardly see what I'm doing here. We should be able to get down to this. Hey, you. A trader. We haven't seen one of you in a while. Well, maybe we could find a pearl to bring you. One of the silver ones. You ran away. We go through here. What are you guys? Oh, they're adorable! Look at those big eyes! They're like little mice hanging from the ceiling, but not bats. I mean, bats are cute too. I just can't see anything. I can't see anything. I wonder if I can carry these guys, use them as lights. No, like seriously, that's a genuine possibility. Climb upward? No. I can't even see the things I'm getting caught up on. Go to here. Hi. Oh, you'll run away from me. And scurry on out. Yep, you're gone. And now the place is even darker than when it began. I still very much think, though, I can use you. Nope. Silly creatures. Look at you! Oh, we've got all manner of different Spider-Man suits from you. There are bat guys. You will come back after a time. I can't seem to pick you up, though. Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. You're not gonna fight me too much, are you? Oh, come on. I'm nice when you get to know me. And provided I don't accidentally drop us both in water. You definitely decrease our stability, though. You are fighting back. You guys come in different flavors, too. Gotta catch them all. But blue seems best. I can't climb up while I'm holding you. You just don't make it. Ah, gotcha. Unfortunately, I can't do the necessary platforming while holding you. I don't even know if I can get out of here while holding you. What do you say? You like a couple of these? I've got a couple for you. You gave me... Wait, what is that? This glows! Okay, we have a light from the trader. And we have a friend instead of an enemy. Okay, losers, we don't need you for this. And provided this thing actually stays lit. The only thing is that this is now an item that we pretty much have to guard with our lives. Oh wow, you guys are moving around in here too now. Will you play nice? I hope I can trust you. You don't seem to be coming after me. Wow, this looks really, really cool with the dynamic lighting. Climb up, climb up. Still the issue of how we get up there, so we are really no closer to fixing this. Excuse me, you did this to yourself. Oh, you panic? Look at you. As if you have anything to worry about. I'm not even from this planet, I think. Oh, there we go. And we're in. I'll have a snack right about now. Why not? Oh, that's not good. That's not good. You guys... Yep, you better start running. Oh, does it even matter? Is there even anything that can be done now? Oh, the guts of this place. Having a dark-themed area is really, really cool, though! Yeah, downward is not the way to go when all of this is starting. Does the downpour really reach all the way up here? Yeah, I'm not finding much of anything in the way of salvation. So it looks like this is happening now. Oh! Well, it's probably too late. Oh, go, 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 go! We may make it yet. Safety! And oddly enough, it does feel a bit cozier, having our own little light source. A nightlight to sleep next to. How about that? I'm starting to see why the scavengers like it so much. And yeah, that was Rain World again. I have to stop now. I spent way too long on this. But I sort of see the appeal. It definitely went a lot better than last time, and this game feels amazing when you're moving. It just sucks so hard when it stops. When you're just running around trying to figure out, like, what obscure corner leads you to somewhere new. If we have a look at our map, look at that. Look how much we gained just by trying to escape the pour. I'm guessing those are deaths right there. Look at that. We can actually still see ourselves projected. It's like we're just actually lost in thought, trying to imagine where we came from. I think Slugcat's got a photographic memory. That's one way we could interpret that. But yeah, we can see all these little connections. I think continuing to move upward or to the left is probably the way to go. Definitely a really cool variety in the areas. I like how each area feels different. The skills you need to utilize, the tools, and, well, the creatures you encounter are very different depending on the location. And that's always what this game's, like, most fun gameplay is derived from, is how the creatures and the way they work interacts with the environment and the way it works. I always say that creepy and comfy is a sense of danger and an insulation from that danger, so this game is a classic case of creepy and comfy, especially when you get to this more open world segment. I really think that improves the flow big time, oddly enough. That amazing moment when we find that spot with an intelligent being, something that can actually acknowledge us, and you just sort of regard each other with curiosity. I mean, what more amazing thing is there in the universe than two intelligent things perceiving each other? Another big problem is that you really stop engaging with one of the high points of this. Wait, what? Oh, okay, what is this? All right, well, whatever. I'm not going to spend more time in there then, but the problem that I had with this wasn't where I expected it to be, which is with the gates. What I started to realize was that more broadly, the issue I have with this game is just how long it takes to move, because, like I said, this game is amazing when it's moving, but you get bogged down so much. I cut a lot from this video, and what ended up holding me up wasn't even monsters, it wasn't platforming, it was just how much time you spend traveling, trying to find that one right spot that will allow you to move on. I love how we have to wake ourselves up. I had initially recorded an outro here, and I'm not going to do too much more, but there are some certain thoughts that I figured I needed to make clear. I mean, on the whole, I would say that I still found this to be kind of a slog to get through, you know, in that it's a lot of work in order to move on. I think the main issue that I had this time around was actually not even with the gates, but now that it's opened up, more so with, Now, that gets really boring when you spend hours and hours just kind of traversing the same screens, trying to find that one little hole for you to slide into where you can make some sort of progress. However, things have fundamentally changed here. Now that we've crossed the sea, now that we've finally gotten up here, it definitely feels like things have shifted much more to an open exploration focus, where it's not so much about moving on, as just sort of tagging yourself into these different save zones, and that is much easier to pull off. Definitely much better for the YouTube format, where before this was absolute poison for YouTube. Okay, we should be able to climb up here. What I want to do now is... Okay, this is just retracing our steps. But if we do that, we can find somewhere in... I hope that was a traitor. It's hanging out just out of view! It's a centipede creature! Or two spiders. I think I split them up. Or just managed to skewer one. Okay, we've got some renewed interest here. See, now, it really is just about pushing a little bit instead of pushing all the way, and that, I think, is going to make all the difference in the world. Do you flee from the light? No, in fact, you're not worried about it at all. You're telling me to go up there. I don't know if I want to. But see, the style is changing. I think the way it was down in the wastes would not have carried my interest for too much longer. But now we're changing, you know? It's different creatures in a setting that's more about light. Well, of course, it's keeping the creatures fresh. And the way we have to deal with them. No, climb up, climb up, climb up, climb up. You're going to climb faster than I will. Yep. And I don't know. I think it's kind of reinvigorated my will to explore this. Because this area is super cool. However, the biggest thing we found in this part was the looks to the moon area. Because it's connection. It's something in all of this. And while I certainly wouldn't want that to be the case all the time, the idea that there is something, some remnant out here that we can go and visit is really cool. And as soon as I figure out how to bring things back, that I think is when the storytelling is going to move beyond just observation. So I think it struck a really good balance where there is something to definitively learn. Up until now, sure, I liked learning about all the creatures and stuff and dealing with them, but with only observation based on very limited things to look at, I didn't really feel like there was any motivation here. There was nothing pressing me forward or holding my interest. It was just trying to get to the next thing. At this point, we can sort of start to view this as almost like an open-world Garry's Mod Explorer. And given our experiences on the iterator, well, I can't wait to find the real thing. It probably won't be right away, maybe not even soon, but I think there's a pretty good possibility we come back to this in the future. So right now, All I'm trying to do is open up new areas. You guys are everywhere. But you don't seem to be coming towards me, not the spiders anyway. Ooh, where are we now? Someplace cool, that's where. We can climb up this way. The only thing, if we do find something to bring back to that being, well, we're gonna run into the issue of where, like, how do we keep that in our hands this whole time? Wait. I need to see what this is. Can we eat it? Oh, we can. There's some sort of, like, fruit or fungus or something that grows along the floor here. Some sort of bioluminescent stuff. Okay, well, I suppose we probably won't want to eat all of that. This is going along for a few minutes longer at this point than what Patreon saw, but I felt like I had to clarify some things. I'm sorry. Please, get out of my way. Oh, there's badness. Oh, no, it... Nope. Well, that's a problem. Yep. Oh, no. Tell you what, I do maybe have something now. Okay, I hit you with a spear. I don't think it did much, and now I've got nothing. I'm literally blind. But I think I may have gotten away. Yep. Look at you, little slug cat. I could slide down the pole, but is it... I could slide into here. Is it even worth it, is the question. Hey! You make it worth it. You are my new best friend. Okay, so I'm probably not going to be able to save this. We do finally have a definitive answer to the question. Do not even bother trying to stock up until the very end, because all that's going to happen is you're going to die a bunch and you're going to lose it all. But now we can focus on just exploring and information gathering, and only once we reach the end is it a better idea to camp out and try and work things through. Can we make it over you? We actually sort of can. Look at that. I'll tell you one thing, it never stops being a pretty game. And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.